Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gerard James, and I know, you guys are used to me with all the professors from the Voices of Sussex. Oh, and that's right, y'all can get with me Sunday morning with the greatest gospel hits here in New Jersey with Gospel Soul from 6 to 7 a.m. But today, I actually have another artist, an up and comer, and he's not from the Jersey area. Actually, just like myself, he's from Tennessee, the Nashville area. And Clarksville's better, but the Nashville area, we'll give them their props and their flowers. Now, a little bit about the man that you guys are about to hear. He's played guitar for 25 years. He decided to move from Nash. He decided to move to Nashville from Knoxville, a couple years ago. But we're not, y'all. I'll let him tell y'all about that. He's a software engineer by day and a singer-songwriter by night. Talk about a double life. He don't get tired. Family, now his family's a little different because they went the gospel route, and he said, "Y'all can have fun with that. I'm gonna go the country slash rock route." So we got a little rebel with a cause, and he like I said, he likes to write, but he doesn't want to write for himself. He wants to write for other people. And he actually does have an album out called Resurrection that he released last year. So let's welcome Aaron Marlow to the show, everybody.
Thank you, Gerard. Thank you. It's good to be here. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I gave them a little bit about you. So why don't you tell the people about yourself?
Well, I moved to Nashville in 2019. I lived in Knoxville for 15, and after, like you were saying, I played guitar for 25 years, and music's been in my blood my entire life. My grandparents played piano and sung, and all my mom played piano, and my uncle plays organ and makes it sing, even though I taught him everything he knows. But we'll talk about that right now.
Hey, we don't want to talk about that, right?
Right, right. I don't want to brag too much. So, a few years ago and everything, when was going through a divorce, and it was time for me to, not time for a change. So I decided to move here and you know, do what I love the most and everything, and write songs and record my own music, and I've loved every minute of it since I've been here and everything. And I want to write songs for other artists and everything, and hopefully they can make hits out of my stuff, and hopefully I can help them get going. That would be awesome to do and everything. And I've played I play acoustic guitar and electric, and try to play keyboards. I know chords, and that's about as far as it goes.
Ain't
And
nothing wrong with that. Got
yeah,
be a one-man band, right?
yeah, this is, um, I tried to learn how to play piano and stuff. Then when I had to use both hands, it got weird.
Of course.
Everything got confusing.
And guitar is one. Of
Exactly. It just works, you know?
course. So now living in Knoxville, what that's where you were your software engineer, and did you dabble in music there too, or was it just Nashville focused?
I played just guitar as a hobby back in Knoxville and everything. I didn't play live or anything like that. Mostly I did my work, and I was married. Had a house there and everything. And after my marriage ended and everything, sold the house and moved. Um, I miss my friends in Knoxville. It's a good area.
Oh yeah, it is. Most definitely. I mean, it's not far. I mean, you can make it
Yeah, it's
make a little trip out of it, come back.
downtown's really come a long way. Downtown is
Really.
gorgeous now. It is
Ah,
gorgeous.
I can't wait, and I can't wait for the new stadium to be built. Actually,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be my excuse to come back to Nashville is to go see the new stadium. 'Cause, man, we've needed a new one.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So, you know, with your music, country, rock, because some of it, I was listening to, and I was like, which one? Like, is it a smash?
Kind of smashed. I lean more toward the rock side and everything. I like some blues and everything, but I don't really go lean toward like the hardcore country or anything like that.
Right,
I like some of it, but it's just rock and roll is my thing. I mean, I grew up listening to Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young.
oh, who
I'm a
didn't?
big '80s fan, so I love the hair bands, Poison.
Right, right,
And I met Kip Winger a few years ago, and that was pretty sweet.
right.
That was a lot of fun meeting him. But yeah, that's in my blood right there. And I had a cousin telling me one time when Aaron, when you're writing songs, it's okay that it doesn't have 28 chords in it and everything. I was listening to a lot of prog rock at the time.
So, country, you that's yours, but your family is all Christian
Yeah.
and in the church music. So, what was that like when you had to tell them, hey, when they found out that son ain't he not doing that type of music no more. He on the other side.
Well, they understood and stuff and everything. They support me on everything. I did the old gospel song "Wayfaring Stranger."
Yes.
I did a rock cover of it that's on my album.
Oh.
So that was kind of a tribute to my grandparents. My parents are both passed away as well, and that was kind of my tribute to them. So I took that song and put my rock and roll swing to it and everything. And not to brag, it turned out pretty good.
Well, that's good. So because my family also grew up in the church, so I know exactly where you're coming from with we not going that route, but let's go this route. And we're both very supportive. Where your tribute is, you did cover for songs, and well, I have tattoos that pay tribute to my grandparents.
Mhm.
So we know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
What is it like to to be able to write songs that for other people that want for other people to be able to perform?
Um, well, I really enjoy it. I mean, I try to keep the philosophy and everything. I try to write something that, I myself would listen to and hopefully somebody else would. So,
Right,
I want so when I'm mentioning it to another artist and everything, I'm still getting a slow start of getting that part going.
right,
But
right,
hoping that, they can kind of get the same feel out of it and bring it out as well.
right. So, like, what genre is it that you're writing for, or can it be translated to almost any genre?
I'm trying to keep it as translatable as possible and everything because rock and country have kind of merged nowadays.
Right,
Because a lot of the newer country has a lot of rock flair in it and everything. You don't really hear a lot of the '90s sounding country much now, or even the old school country of the Johnny Cash days and stuff and everything. It's got a lot of swagger and some
you know,
guitar solos in it too. Some good
yeah,
guitar solos in it.
yeah. Like I was the other day, I was on TikTok, I think, and it was this dude on there, and he was singing country, but the hip hop with it. I was like, whoa, wait a minute,
Yeah.
it's coming back, and I was like, I see. Like it was actually, I'm like, I was actually bouncing to it, like okay, and I was like, you know what, I might have to give it a shot. So I've told people, about this interview, and they're like, where is he at? And I'm like, well, he's in Nashville, and they're like, is he a big country guy? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And so tell people, growing up in Nashville, being in Nashville, it's not all country actually.
No, it's not.
And want to tell them like a little bit about that because I mean, like you said, the rock, and you're writing for everybody. So I mean, what is that like being in Nashville?
It's really interesting because I've met a lot of different artists with a lot of that cover a lot of genres and everything. But I know a lot of rock bands here and blues bands and
Right.
everything. One of my favorite bands in town is called Nicole Boggs and the Real, and they're one of the best I've ever heard in my life. And they have a very blues 3-part harmony sound to them and everything. And
Where are they performing at?
last time I saw them, they were in Franklin over
Oh,
at,
so they not even in Nashville. They hitting the suburbs.
yeah, around the area and stuff. I see most of the time I do see them in Nashville. I saw them at the Cobra. I've seen them like 6 times.
The Cobra, a new club.
Yeah, and no, it's been around a few years. It's around the outskirts of Nashville. It's kind of a
Okay.
hidden hole in the wall. It's a nice little place
Oh, so
though.
it's not even you're not even hitting downtown next to Coyote Ugly or anything.
No, no. Last time I was downtown, I saw them actually. It was at oh crap. It's close. Has a place not far from Kid Rock, from the Kid Rock
Oh, okay.
movie.
Okay.
Uh,
So with the music, you got a late start.
mhm.
What is that like trying to compete with some 20, 25-year-olds?
Well, when I first started and everything, I was like, 40-year-old trying to do this. How does that look sad and desperate? And I've learned along the way, you're never too old to get it going. I mean, I've had a lot of support from, my friends and the artists I've met. And it's been awesome. I mean, the amount of support I've got has been great.
I
And
can only imagine.
it's been just like, and I've always been really self-conscious about, my songs and stuff and playing in front of folks. And when I got here and I had professional people telling me that my songs were good, that was one of the best feelings I ever had. You
Oh, oh, yeah.
know?
I've even told professional people, I'm like, I'm not that good. Y'all need to stop boosting my head up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, when somebody finally tells you you're good, you're like, all right. So, you have how many albums do you have out?
Just the one, just the one. I had an EP that called Ladies and Gentlemen that came out back in 2019. No, not 2021, excuse me.
Okay,
But it's I'm re-recording all the songs on it at this
right,
moment, so it's no longer available to stream.
right.
Go On Hero, my latest single, was a re-recording from that album.
Oh,
And Don't Look Now from my current album is also a re-recording from that.
we didn't even got into that part yet, but you know what? You just did me the best favor right there and gave us our next topic that we are going to talk about.
Yeah,
Did you write all the music for your album
I did, except for the two covers.
except for the covers? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
well, of course, right?
There's 10 songs on it. I wrote eight of them. I wrote Wayfaring Stranger is a song that's been, part of our, been a big staple in my family for a long time. It's one of my favorite folk gospel songs of all time too. Love Johnny Cash's cover of it. And
Who doesn't love Johnny Cash?
My Aunt Lois did a cover of it when she did a gospel album back in the early '90s, and she did like it almost sounded like an '80s power ballad sound to it and everything. So it had that contemporary sound at the time, which was really really good. I've got one of the
Right.
only cassette tape copies of it as we speak. So
It's on cassette tape?
on cassette tape, yeah,
Ooh, we date some things now.
hitting the classics.
Hey, that's going nowhere.
No,
That
it's
does not
not. It
get
is
to see the
not.
light of day. I mean, that's good. So going from from being a songwriter, right? You
Mhm.
behind the scene, nobody gets to see that exhausting process. I'm pretty know how exhausting that process is. To now getting in the studio to performing, laying down the tracks, putting it on the CD. You got to do that whole entire process. I need to know what's that like?
It is awesome. Being in the studio is like my favorite place to be. I mean, it's the first time I was in there, um, um, helping lay down one of the guitar tracks for my first songs and stuff, and it was just one of the best feelings. It's like this is coming to life, and then
Right.
hearing it play back and everything was just like, yeah, I did that. I
Oh
helped do
yeah. Oh yes.
and hearing getting drums put to it because I'm not a drummer. I mean, I know lots of great drummers. I've seen I just hit stuff with it and it just sounds weird. And it was just one of the best feelings ever, especially when I got that first master back from my first song. I'm like, wow,
Oh yeah.
I got
Watching
goosebumps.
that process, you're like, wait a minute, like I did that.
I did that, yeah.
Ah, yeah, I know that feeling. So one album, I mean, did so with the one album, excuse me, and we had COVID because you said you started in 2019, you moved to Nashville. Of course, you're let's go. I get to do this, starting over, and then all of a sudden, smack, we gotta stop.
Stop. Yeah.
Was that a time that you took to be able to retool and repurpose everything for yourself? Because I mean, you had what a year and a half to just focus on what you needed to focus on.
Yeah, I was getting some songs written still, and I was still recording my EP at the time. And believe it or not, I actually laid down a guitar track over Zoom to a guy that had moved to Ohio and everything. We was on a Zoom call and everything. I was showing him my chords, and he was recording them and everything. It was one of the coolest processes. It was me, him, and my cat was trying to help.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Animals always trying to help, right?
yeah. She says the cat was like, if she had thumbs, she would do it better.
Well, she's probably meowing the song to you too.
Yeah, she always tells me when I do something wrong.
Well, that's at least somebody got to, right?
Never praise. It's never happy.
But that's a cat though. Get a dog and you might get the good looks and the hey, that's a good job, right?
Yeah. I had a dog actually howl when I was playing guitar and singing one time, and I'm not really sure how to take that.
Was he hollering at the guitar or the singing? Because you, like you said, you played guitar in 20 years, right?
Yeah,
Was it? You sure it was just the singing?
it may have been just the singing because when I can sing, I can play guitar, but when I sing and play guitar,
Are the people ears on the radio now?
yeah.
Nashville 2020, 2021. Is that when you start laying down the new album?
That's when I finished up the EP. Was at the end of 2021. I finally got it. Was able to get it out. It had 5 songs on it, and then it was last year that the album finally came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What platforms are you all on?
I'm on Spotify. I have some videos on YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon, Pandora. Basically, all the major streaming ones I'm
You
on.
got Pandora?
Yeah,
That's nice. Oh,
yeah.
first or second person I know who's got music actually on Pandora.
When I put the first stuff out on DistroKid and everything, it said it went to Pandora, so I've never heard me on there, but I'll take its word for it.
Hey, you know what I mean, right? It says I'm on Pandora,
It
but
says in there, so here I am.
you may play on somebody radio, right?
Yeah.
Not enough music out there to get your own little radio station yet, but you never know. You might be in somebody algorithm.
Yeah, it's neat because I've looked at my Spotify listens and I've had a few come out of like England and Australia, which is kind of
Oh,
cool. Like 1 or 2 listeners and stuff. I like to say that's my overseas fans.
and you know what though? That's how it starts because you never know. Them overseas and they talking about, hey, listen to this. But does that also show how many times they listen to the song?
Yeah, it does, but I like to just say it since one is a good number for me at this point.
One listen is better than zero, right?
Exactly.
Have you been outside of Tennessee with any of your music, or has everything just been right there?
Everything has been here. I've lived mainly in Tennessee or some part of it all my life and everything. I graduated college from Williamsburg, Kentucky, which is right beside Tennessee. So
You ain't
basically,
going nowhere, man. You just went up north and
you
came
can
home.
throw rocks at Tennessee from there. So
Right. I grew up 45 minutes from Nashville, so
right,
you could spit and into Kentucky. So
yeah.
but it's crazy. Because your manager was telling me, I'm like, in Nashville. So like, how did y'all meet, or was it just a chance encounter? We gotta
um,
give her a shout out too on this one.
all right. I met Jill Pavel, which by the way is the best manager a guy could ever have. Please
Shout out Jill.
word up Jill. And I met her on the YEP Facebook site. My friend AJ recommended me to her. He knew her, knows her and stuff and everything. So we got hooked up there and got along really well. We've known each other for a little over a year now. So good time.
Nice. So before we get out of here, do you have any projects in the works?
I do. Just finished. I wrote a song with Jill's son, actually, her son Corey Singer, and that's gonna be my next recording once get some stuff taken care of and
Right,
everything. And I
right,
just finished lyrics on a new song the other night. I've got a bunch of lyrics for songs that's not been put to music yet. I mean, I've got a
right,
lot
right,
of material because I tend to focus on my lyrics more than my music or the guitar part and stuff and everything. I
right.
tend to go backwards on things. I write the lyrics, then write the music to go with the lyrics and
And
everything.
whatever works, right?
Yeah, I mean, it works really well for me.
Right.
Um,
So, anything else you want to tell the people where to find you, your social media pages, anything?
you can follow me on Instagram at Aaron Marlow Music and Aaron Marlow Music on TikTok, and there's an Aaron Marlow Music Facebook page. So if
Hey. So,
anybody wants to follow me, I would greatly appreciate it.
sure, y'all give him a follow. Go listen to his music. He's out there on, as you guys heard, almost every music app, even Pandora. So if y'all hear him on the Pandora station, yo, give him a shout out, like screen record it, do something, and send it to him. So that man he know he on Pandora and somebody heard him. If y'all across the anywhere, matter of fact, anywhere y'all at, yo, if y'all hear him, give this man a shout out, please. So, Mr. Aaron, anytime you want to come back and talk, I am here. I'm always down to have a good time and a good conversation, definitely with a fellow Tennessean, and yourself.
You got it, man. Anytime. I've had a great time talking to you and everything.
Oh,
It's been good times.
yes,
You're a cool
sir.
dude.
It's always fun.
You're awesome, dude, Gerard.
So
Proud
are
to
you. And good luck and in every, and everything in writing music. And hopefully, we can see your name on the credits as the writer one day, sooner hope rather than later. And I'm gonna go listen to your music, be sharing it, and I hope everybody else does the same.
I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate your time today too.
Yes, sir. So I know you are a busy man, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you get out of here. This has been Gerard James, and you guys have a great afternoon. Peace, love, and happiness, and y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you guys.